Think you need a fancy website to start selling? No. I'll show you exactly how to get your product out there quickly and easily. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, actionable plan to sell your digital product without needing a website. So let's get started. Let's start with where you can sell your digital product. And luckily, there are some amazing platforms that make it super easy for beginners. Platforms like Etsy, Gumroad, The Leap, and Kofi. Etsy is great because it already has a huge audience searching for digital products. Gumroad is another favorite. It's super simple to set up and they even handle payments for you. The Leap is fantastic for selling PDFs, and Kofi is perfect if you want a pay what you want option. Each of these platforms let you upload your products and start selling within just a few clicks. There's no extra website needed. Now let's set up your product. I'll walk you through it step by step using Gumroad as an example. Okay, so first we're gonna sign up for a free Gumroad account. So once you're logged into your Gumroad account, there's a few things that you want to take a look at before you create your first product. So the first one, when you come down, you scroll down to settings, and then we're going to take a look at refund policy. Now this by default will be set to 30-day money-back guarantee, and that is fine if you'd like to offer that, but typically with digital products, I always set this to no refunds allowed because once your customer downloads the product, there's nothing to return. So we'll say update settings. The second thing that you'll want to set up is under payments, and this is how you'll get paid when you make a sale. When you go in there, you can add in your bank account or however you choose to be paid. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the home and we're going to say create your first product. When you come in here, by default, it's going to be on digital product. We'll want to put in the name of our product. So we are going to use our weekly planner that we created last week. Now, if you had a course or a tutorial to sell, you could do that through here as well. An ebook, a membership, or a bundle. Then you can also do services as well. So we're going to add our price in before we can move to the next step. Okay, let's talk about pricing. And I know this part can feel tricky, but don't worry, it's a lot easier than you might think. Here's a quick formula to help you get started. Look at similar products on the platform you're using. Think about the value that your product provides. Start with a price that you'd feel comfortable paying. For example, a printable weekly planner might sell for $5 to $10. If your product includes extra features like a habit tracker, you could charge a little more, maybe $15. You can always adjust your pricing later. The key is just to get started. Now we're going to go up to the top and say next, customize. You'll have a little preview of what your sales page will look like. Here's the name of your product, weekly planner. We're going to add in a description. Would add in what your weekly planner is, what's included with it, and why they should buy this product from you. Next is the URL. So this is going to be the URL for your product. So I'm going to make this weekly-planner. If you were selling another weekly planner, you could say weekly planner 2, or you could name this whatever you would like. But I'm just going to stick with weekly planner for now. Now, if you wanted to put in a custom domain, you could do that here. And then we're going to add our cover image. This is something that you can create in Canva. This is going to be over in this portion at the top of your product page. So you want to make it something that's going to be eye-catching and something that is going to show off your product a little bit. So I have one pre-made. We're going to grab that from the computer. And I will add a link in the description to this Canva template so that you can either use the same one or you can customize it to your product, and you can use this for any product as well. So next is our thumbnail, and this is something that will be the first thing that your potential customers will see. So you want to make it something really eye-catching. For what I have here, we show the weekly planner, a few pages, and then I have a little badge at the bottom that says that it's a PDF so that they know right off the bat that they're going to be getting a PDF file. Next is our product info. So we have our call to action. This is going to be like the buy now button. So they have a couple pretty cool options in here. The first one by default is I want this. You can also change it to buy this or pay. I like the I want this just because it has a more positive spin on it. And then the next portion is the summary. So this is what you'll get. So our customers will be getting one PDF file. You can make this as detailed as you would like, but for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to type in something generic. Now, if you wanted to add additional details about your product, like they say, call out important features of your products that help your customers decide to buy, you can add that here. You would put in the attribute and then the value. I'm not going to do that because I don't have any additional details that I would like to include, so we'll just hit the little trash can button. If you have any integrations that you would like to add, you can do that here. And then pricing. So with Gumroad, they do give you the option to allow your customers to pay what they would like. I don't recommend this unless it's something that you feel comfortable doing that with, because you can set a minimum amount, which would be whatever you're gonna put in here, and then you can put your suggested amount. For digital products though, I always value mine at a certain rate. So I'm gonna say for this weekly planner, $7 is what I want to charge for this. So that's what I'm gonna keep it at. So next on the list is versions. So if you did have a different version or a different format that you would like to offer with your product, you could add that here. So you would just add the name, the description, the additional amount, and then the minimum number of purchases if you would like to add that. And then these are some additional settings that you can add for your listing as well. From here is where we're going to add our PDF file. You can add any content that you would like to in this box here. I'm just going to add our file. So we're going to go here to upload files, and we're going to say computer files. And then I have my weekly planner as a PDF format. Now that that's been uploaded, you'll notice here that there is a rating section, a receipt, library, and then who the weekly planner is by. Now you can either save your changes and come back to this later, or you can publish your product and continue. So I'm going to say publish and continue, and you can always come back and make changes later. So from here, you can copy the URL so you can share it in your social media or on your website. You could share it directly on X or also share it directly on Facebook. And then there's a few other options that you can do on here as well. Now, if you want to take a look at your sales page, you can come over here to preview. And this is where you can preview your product. Now it's time for the fun part, which is promoting your product. Even without a website, there are so many ways to get your product out in front of the right people. You can use social media, email marketing, or even free communities. First, let's talk about social media. Instagram and TikTok are amazing for showing your product in action. For example, if you're selling a planner, post a quick reel or a TikTok showing how to use it. Next, let's talk about email marketing. If you have an email list, even a small one, send them a quick message with a link to your product. You don't need a fancy newsletter setup, just a simple email with the problem that your product solves and a link to buy. And don't forget about free communities like Facebook groups or Reddit. Just make sure you're genuinely helping people and not spamming your link. For example, if someone in a budgeting group is looking for a tracker, share your product and explain how it helps. The goal here is to focus on connecting with your audience and showing them how your product solves a problem that they have. See, selling your digital product doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. With the right platform and a little creativity, you can start making sales today, even without a website. Now that you've set up your product, subscribe so you don't miss the next video where I'll show you how to market your product and start making consistent sales. Trust me, you're going to love it.